So let's back up for a minute, because, you know, a lot of people, I talk about this, but it's like a lot of people, regardless, whether if you're an influencer or, you know, you're a celebrity or an artist, you're a musician, you're a, you know, an entrepreneur, all these, you know, different people that people follow on social media, they see the highlight reel, but they don't really get to see how it all came to fruition. So take me back to like your actual musical roots, where you came, like where you grew up, like how did it all kind of start for you? So my parents are Dominican, both of them, so you already know my family is definitely like music driven, like always family parties where we're always like, when I was 2 years old, music blasting, like that's just my lifestyle. And yeah, you know, it's crazy, I was always a super like little tomboy. My mom tried to put me in like ballet when I was like 8 or something, and I was like, no, I want to be the only girl on baseball team. So that's like what I did there. And then finally, you know, she put me actually in Indian dance, which was like hella random. I was like the only little Spanish girl in class. And yeah, I started learning like choreography from there and different things from that culture. And then that's when and then like 14 years old is when I started like ballet and like jazz and hip hop. And then no, I'm actually like a late start when it comes to like being a dancer. Usually people like start when they're real little, like, you know what I mean, in class, but they said I picked up real fast, and I always just kind of had it in me. So when it comes to dancing, I was real confident with it, you know what I mean? Yeah, well, that's because you got that, you know, you got that Spanish Latino, you know, whenever you have that culture that you grew up with, you know, it kind of, I feel like it becomes a little natural. You know? For sure. And then I have a little sister. She's 15 now. But she's like a crazy singer. When she was like 6 years old, like she would belt, like she would just go crazy. And I was always like a little shy girl when it came to singing. So I would be in my room singing by myself, or I have like YouTube covers when I was like 14, and like I never thought I was like this amazing singer at all. So that was like for me in like my little zone. So then I ended up getting signed to a dance agency in LA, and my parents, like, we were kind of going back and forth like for auditions, and it was just like way too much money. And we ended up like staying a month in LA just to like feel it out, and we just ended up staying there when I was 16. And like it just kind of took off for me as a dancer. Like I really started booking gigs and like getting my name out there. And yeah, my parents, they owned a restaurant and everything. The restaurant, they lost it. Like we ended up moving to like a 1-bedroom apartment out here in LA, and like my dance gigs was paying bills, you know what I'm saying? Like I was really helping out my family and stuff. So that was one thing that happened for me. And like from there, I made my connections as a dancer with different producers. With Yanni, actually, this is his studio. And he was like, you sing? And I was like, yeah, I sing, you know? And then they were like, yo, like come chill in the studio, vibe it out, see how you feel. I say the studio was like my home. Like I started meeting writers, I started meeting producers, like just started collaborating, messing around in the booth, and then I finally started getting confident in my voice and like figuring out that I had like a pretty cool distinctive tone and like it was different. So just messing with different like tracks, different production is when I like got into my bag of like writing and just like finding myself as an artist for real. Now you can't rule my day, still rule my way. Stack, turn it all day. Now you caught up in the middle. Trying to get more than just a little. Trying to run it up. So for a second, just take me back to like 14 years old, Dani, because you started putting out these videos. So you're this little girl, you're a little insecure, your sister's you feel she's a better singer than you, so you don't, you know, you actually didn't get to that point yet where you're like, oh, okay, this is my voice, this is my distinct, unique way of like singing, but yet you still had the confidence to like go on YouTube and start like sharing all this. Like, it's funny, man. I look back at those videos, I'm like, ew. But I was young, like, I swear, I don't think like I had like pitch, like I swear to God. I look back, I'm like, it's so cool to look back at though. I know, no, for sure. But you could just tell, like, I've really grown a lot and just found like exactly what I could do with my voice. And I think my voice is hella different now. Like I could really play around with like my falsetto and like play around with my little like rappy type of melodies too. Like it's cool that I feel like I found it. But yeah. I feel like it's super unique. Like you have this R&B, but like this womanly trap in you. Like it's just dope. You know, you don't really see that. I really love it. So when did you actually realize that this was it for you? Like you're gonna, whatever it takes, like this is it, this is what makes your heart sing. Definitely. You know, I have been like in the music game for a while,
And I didn't have the respect as an artist because I was dancing behind different artists. You know what I'm saying? So I was really like, those are my checks. Like anything I would do, I would put it into my music. I would spend like $300 just to shoot a little video or something for myself. You know what I mean? So.
But the way you were making your money was mainly from dancing behind other artists.
Yeah. So, you know, I was just like, damn, like I really want to make music. Every artist I worked with knew I did music, but you know, it's just what it was. Just because I wasn't dived in on that, and I was about to leave on tour with Megan Trainor when I was, what was it, like, it was like 20. I was 20, and I was like, yo, man, I really like, I can't leave again, because if I leave again, then it's just a whole 2 months like focusing on dancing. I can't do nothing with myself, so I decided not to do it. I actually got hit up by a couple of labels. I was like, you know what? I was doing the independent route for a while, and I was just like, let me just meet with them. Let me just see what they're talking, you know? So I met with L.A. Reid. He wanted to sign me at Epic.
Oh, wow.
I met with Interscope. They were interested, and then I met with Def Jam. And that was the last stop, and I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. My A&R too. Like, he had the same vision as me. Like, every other label was like, yeah, you're going to need to do radio, pop type joints. You're gonna need a dress like this. You need to do hair, like you need to have heels. And I'm just like, yo, that's not me.
For sure, like it just feels so right. And the fact that you guys got to make your food here too, it's just like, dang.
Sorry, we have the #1 album this week. Yeah!